Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Season 2, Episode number 5 of Turn Order Warped. We will be using mature language. If you want to lubricate yourselves now, please do so. We'll give you time.
And fuck sticks.
There we go.
Shit bubbles.
Excellent. Welcome back.
No stranger to
Puppy unicorns!
You know the rules.
It was a nice attempt. I don't think you really got behind the spirit.
He tried. That's all that counts.
You know what? In my country, puppy unicorns is a terrible, terrible swear word.
Asshole badgers.
That's a compliment.
Cock biscuits.
Ass badgering's my
That's a
favorite
delicious
pastime.
breakfast.
I don't know. Do you really want crumbs under the foreskin? I mean,
Bit of friction. Spice it up.
That's a good way to saying chicken and waffles is
Get
cock
cheese
biscuits.
in there.
That is a good way.
Waffles are not biscuits, all right?
With
Waffles
gravy.
are not biscuits, all right? No. Waffles are not biscuits.
Next time a place has chicken and waffles, I'm gonna be like, yeah, can I have your cock biscuits? And just stare.
All right, fair enough.
Periscope that shit.
All right. So, you guys have gathered back up to the hangar. I'm just going to kind of montage this a little bit. Why don't you roll me... I'd like you to roll me your engineering, please, Dr. Icarus, plus your logic.
I'm going to roll my science equipment crafting skill.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look. What is that exactly?
I have a crafting skill for science equipment.
You just call it crafting science equipment?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's next to chemistry there.
Fair enough. Science equipment plus your logic.
I know it's less than my engineering, but that doesn't actually matter because my logic is insane. Also, I'm very old, so I'm going to be very careful about this.
How often can you use that? 'Cause I don't think it's been a day since you last did it.
I think it's a session, isn't it?
Let's take a look. Do you have the exploit in your exploit list?
Once a day, declare a careful roll. All rolls can be.
Yeah, it hasn't been a whole day yet.
I thought it'd been a week.
No.
Oh, it's been like 6 hours.
Yeah, it's only been about 7 hours.
Okay.
It's been a week since the ship has come through the tachyon conduit. And then it's been like a few days for getting things cleaned up and people rescued, etc., etc. Okay, so a 5d6.
And I'm getting assistance from that robot and Betty, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Betty, please roll me your engineering plus your logic. What's the second roll there for, Peachy? Did you do that by accident?
No, that's a different roll above that.
Damn.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, 3. Okay, yeah, I didn't see the time.
15
okay.
is the roll. For
Yeah, gotcha. So 15 and a 21 from Betty. And let's take a look at adverb.
Adverb.
Yeah. It's AD1 VERB. I'm just going to call him adverb because he's a helper.
The one is silent.
Vehicle equipment and repair bot.
Well done. He's a helper. Get it? He helps.
A helper.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. What can I give him? I think he gets to roll 5 dice.
Did you just call an android a bot? Or is he actually a robot?
He's not an android.
No, he's a robot.
It's just a robot. Okay,
He's
okay.
I think he's a mechanoid, technically.
You were about to get really into Android rights, weren't you?
I love that you played an android that super cared about android rights, and now you're playing someone who fucking hates androids.
Okay. Adverb gets a 16. Okay. Still rolled better than Peachy. Got it. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so you guys don't take too long to set this up. I mean, the cargo containers, the basically the cargo hauler that you've kind of got attached is pretty easy to modify. I mean, it's really not that hard to sort of put like some kind of atmosphere generator of some kind in there. Or some kind of environmental controls. Like it's not that hard. So it probably wouldn't take you very long. I'd say maybe an hour, 2 tops. And yeah, so you put that together, and
There's definitely gaffer tape involved.
probably just excessively, like it's just unnecessary. Like,
Oh yeah, no, it's
Dr. Icarus probably made everything like all nice, and then he, like as soon as he like walks off somewhere else, you're like,
gaffer tape the seams. No, the gaffer tape's nice. It's well, it's smoothly applied and things, but
It's still gaffer tape.
it still gets applied, and then like the end just kind of.
Maybe, but then they put some gaffer tape over the end that's just not stuck properly.
And then you double your problem.
But it's just like, there we go. That looks better, right? Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you finish up the work on this.
Panel.
You guys finish up the work on that, and what's the deal? Now that you're all done, what's the plan here?
I just want to go and check that the scientific facilities aboard the shuttle are good enough.
It's really similar to what you've got in your lab. It's probably a lot more condensed. You don't have like half the space that you have in your lab. To work with.
It's
but
probably enough for my chair that I can spin around to all the different parts that I need.
yeah, you've got like you've got like a like a small work area. And you've got like different scanners and, like various, like a workstation. There's a workstation there, that you can sort of access and go through.
Are there envirosits on the hopper, or are they nearby?
They would definitely be in the hangar bay for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go grab one.
Just
and,
the one.
Bring it over to the hopper. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking over the ship. I'm doing like flight diagnostics and all that kind of stuff to make sure everything's operating correctly. And then I'm also checking like emergency supplies, like do they have like a medical kit, and then also an emergency beacon on board, as well as like.
I feel like
anything
that's definitely standard. I mean,
Okay.
there's definitely like a med kit of sorts.
He's just checking if it's probably like just routine, like checking and making sure everything's there and nothing's taken and all that kind of stuff. So, and then seeing what they're doing.
Okay, Nova, what are you up to while all this is going on?
So in general, I was corrected by a senior officer, and I think I don't really know what to make of the rest of these people yet. Like when Betty and who I call Icarus are arguing and fighting, like I'm not really sure if it's going to be a problem in terms of like mission security. So I think what you're seeing and probably everyone is perceiving is that I've become a bit of a wallflower. If you were to look over at me, you would probably catch me just fiddling with my gun, or maybe even daydreaming about my gun collection. But in general, really not much. I'm just keeping my peepers peeled and my mouth shut.
Yeah, I probably come over to with my envirosit. You should probably get one of these.
Oh, that's a good point. Can you grab me one
yes.
while you're at it?
That's a very good idea.
Because the bugs can eat the ship and then we wouldn't be able to breathe.
Are we going to bring a lot of fire extinguishers?
We should probably get a spare. That's a good idea.
Fear extinguishers like Xanax.
What's Xanax?
You guys, we already have that on board.
What's that? Is that X or fear extinguisher?
No, the fire extinguishers.
Oh, right, yeah.
If you need Xanax, go to a replicator after a doctor's order. But
Fire.
Oh, right.
Extinguisher. Those. We want.
they're on
We-
the
we
ship
don't-
already.
We don't have the
But
fire
extra
extinguisher.
is good because if there's a fair and the bugs.
Like you just see Ferris. He just like hits and like a cabinet opens and there's like a medical kit, an emergency beacon, like fire extinguishers in there, and he's like,
We need extra of those, so some
Why-
for fair and some for bugs. Has nobody told you? The bugs? That
That
kills
was my
them.
idea.
No, nobody's told me a lot of things right now, Private.
Wait, no, with the fire extinguishers, though, we're going to be in 0G, right?
Oh, but inside the
the
shuttle?
whole
I don't think
reaction,
we'd,
equal and opposite reaction.
I don't think we'd be allowed to play with the fire extinguishers in 0G.
Oh no! I just meant that, like, we if we have to use them, just be aware that
It won't inside the shuttle isn't 0G, but if you have to use it outside, obviously. Yes.
yeah.
Everyone should
Whee!
get a suit because
I am going to get this
how-
suit.
Well, who's going out in the hall? Who's going out?
Who's doing
Me.
the spacewalk?
Okay, you definitely need an environment suit.
Yeah, somebody go grab one for me. I'm busy. Wrench, gaffer tape.
She's literally inside the hull of the ship. Like she's popping up out of the fucking panel, like in a weird angle. It's probably like one off to the side. You're like, how is she not
she's
falling
totally
out?
in the ceiling somewhere, just like Spider-Manning it out, just like, oh yeah, could somebody grab mine?
yeah, you might have to help Dick into his suit, feeling guy.
I don't need a suit.
He'll die if he can't breathe, so you need to help him.
Everyone will die if they can't breathe.
I have a suit that's issued to me. That's all right.
Yeah, but you need to help him because he's old.
We'll give him a hand.
Betty will do strange things if she helps.
Like
Well-
what? We help her.
Well, we can get the suits here ready. Private, you can go help him go get the suits and all that. And if you want to get an extra fire extinguisher, that's your call. I'm leaving that one to you.
Aye, sir. I will do both of these things and be back momentarily.
All right. And then and then he looks at everyone and he's like, when we're about to leave, we'll suit up and go over whatever you guys can tell me about the mission. But right now, let's just make sure everything on the ship's working and that this containment unit is going to hold if we do plan on capturing something. Yeah?
This makes a good sense, I say as I'm walking out to get the suit and the stuff, and everybody else is probably just trying to adjust to him taking charge because it was Icarus.
Who's in the shuttle right now?
I'm in the shuttle.
Yeah, Betty is in the shuttle for sure.
Yeah, I fucked off to go get the suits. And
Yeah, I'm in the shuttle too.
Okay, I'm gonna drive by all of you with a DNA swab and just ram it in your mouth. Just drive-bying DNA swabs.
He's literally in the ceiling right now, so
Is it like one of those strep throat cotton swabs? You know, like those ones that are like this long?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Bang!
Thank you.
That was my ear.
I'm gonna record all of their DNA to put them on the profiles I've made for them, because it's incomplete without a full DNA profile.
Why don't you just ask my command for my medical record? All that's there.
If you swab Betty's mouth,
Yeah.
there may be some complications.
He's all like,
Says here, there. It's DNA
Betty,
very
several
I mean,
people.
how? I'll probably
Somebody needs to count the face palms that we do on the show.
Dick.
Yes.
when you took that scan, did you see anything strange?
Whose scan?
My one earlier.
I don't think so. I'm going to pull up that data and analyze it.
Okay. So give me
Okay, no, fine, no worries. I'll PM you back.
yeah, give me a logic plus your biology.
I'm going to click my macro.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, so you can see that Simon is kind of, his life signs are weird. Like he's got like erratic heartbeat and stuff like that. It's also showing that he is under the influence of some narcotics, basically. Are they actually? I think they were opioids.
Okay. I mean, Dr. Dick isn't one to judge for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I now have the information. Good. Is anyone else on drugs?
Betty, I'm going to need you to swill your mouth out and then ram this back in, okay? I'll get you a fresh one.
Right, hang on.
Is there anything?
Right. Do you want to see a trick? Do you want to see a trick?
Fascinating. Absolutely no gag reflex at all.
I know, right? It's great.
So did you see anything strange, Dick?
No. Your heart rate is a little erratic. I could probably whip that thing right out of you and put a new one in if you'd like.
No, that's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I've done it before.
If there's nothing strange, then that's okay. But if anything strange comes up, just could you keep it a secret?
If anything strange comes up, can I keep it a secret? With you in particular.
Yeah. With scans or tests and stuff.
Right. Okay.
I probably don't. I probably just see the in my brain. I just take it in as the chemical, the chemical composition of whatever opiate you've been taking, and that's just information to me. I don't think I'm not going. This guy's on drugs. Like
Okay.
I'm probably on 1,000 different types of heart medication. Like.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Like, do you need to strip down to get into your envirosuit, or can I go over like standard clothes?
I feel like as long as it's nothing crazy, I mean the virus can go over it. I mean you can't put it over like armor or anything.
Sweet. Good. Yeah. Then I'll just I'll get into mine right then and there. Just pull the face mask up.
I'm just like at the piloting console, just like looking over things. I'm like,
Yeah, testing the various systems. You're getting all clears,
all right.
all green.
Oh.
Is 81 still here?
81 probably. Yeah, I mean he's probably still like just checking over like everything, doing like a final check.
Okay. And I was like, then I see him and I walk outside and I'm like, 81.
Yes.
All right. So anything you've seen here, you cannot tell anyone else. And that's on orders of Lieutenant Junior Grade Ferris.
Understood.
Aye. And then he walks right back to the ship.
I am completing the final checks. The ship will be ready for takeoff shortly.
All right. As soon as your checks are done, you're ready to go.
Yes, sir.
So probably about that time, I'd come wandering back in with my environmental suit and an extra extinguisher.
Okay.
I am ready to go. Is everybody else
Do
ready?
they swab straight in your mouth?
Oh,
Yeah, I go get my. I imagine I have an issued one that I use that I'm gonna go put on.
Would you have like a flight suit?
Yeah, I feel
Rather
like
than just a-
stat wise, it's going to be the same thing as a regular like EVA suit.
Okay.
But you have it's a flight suit. It probably when you put on your like flight uniform, it probably like locks in, and you've got like a helmet that just kind of attaches.
Yeah, and a little area for little point areas for the ears to be comfortable.
Sure.
Betty, by the way, totally strips down to her underwear and a tool belt to put the flight suit on, because why not? It's more comfy this way. You get a bit more, breathing room.
Underwear.
I don't think
I think that's all a big
She's wearing
surprise.
matching underwear.
those are
because
opportunity
that she-
blockers.
She's
to
probably
them.
wearing a suspender belt. Okay, she's got a suspender belt and everything. It's just like, whew.
There is no way Betty is not ever in a position where she isn't ready for sex.
She probably got like a little emergency release button somewhere. She just presses, like micro explosives go off, close her off. Little rocket thrusters just carry it away, fold up.
And a separate one comes from nowhere and it's carrying the post-sex washcloth.
Yeah.
Right, I'm ready.
Little robot yeet, 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 applies lube.
You think, Betty?
What is my purpose? You are.
Okay, so
That's non-canon.
so I think you guys kind of do your final checks here and wrap things up, and you guys get all suited up and whatnot, and you hop onto the hopper, and you
In this surprising display of non-lewdness, Betty will actually do like a proper helmet check on everybody, like seals and things, just, because she grew up on a space station and that's just a thing. Without groping anybody. It's kind of weird.
you just shake the shit out of people to make sure the lock is sealed on them.
Yeah, it's just like, shh. All right, you're good to go. Bend down a minute. Yep, you're good.
You just see Ferris, he's like, aye. And it doesn't even phase him. Like, he's just, like, still, like, looking over everything and, like, looking up.
Okay, and
Brilliant.
yeah, so you get the ship ready, and you get the flight controller comes up and says, "You're all clear, ready for launch, Lieutenant Ferris."
All right. We'll be launching in T-minus 5 minutes. Is that okay?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, this will work. Is everybody else ready?
He's just looking at Doc.
Oh, you probably need to get Doc in his suit.
I don't need a
Ferris.
suit. You do all the things with the hands. I've got more
Oh,
important things
right.
to
Come
do.
here, Doc.
Right,
I got you. I got you. Right. Give me
Get
your leg.
off me,
Give me
woman.
your leg. Right. Oh, there we go.
Help.
And the other one. And the other one. Right.
No,
I need-
ah!
Right. Stand up for a minute. Stand up. Just stand up for a
I
minute.
can
I
do
know you
that.
can. I know you can stand up. Just get up. Get up.
He needs
can't.
his suit
Wiggle.
on.
Wiggle.
always happens.
Now, put your arm in. Arm in.
You have to carry me. I can't walk. I'm in a wheelchair.
Yeah, you can stand up for brief
I
periods of time.
cannot hold.
Nope.
support
All right.
my
In that
weight.
case, all right. I'm totally gonna like just whoomp you over my shoulder, pull the suit up over your ass, whoomp you back onto the chair. Just right. Give me a wiggle. Wiggle. Right. Arms in. Come on.
Betty,
One
do you
arm.
know what I really like?
Not suffocating. Put
My
your arm in.
dignity.
What's dignity? Put your arm in. Put your bloody arm.
Kill you.
Right. Give
I
me
am
here.
going
Put-
to. I'm
Right,
going
that's
to
the other-
devise
that's the
a
other one. There's
retrovirus
the-
to
right,
kill off
right.
the entire boring population.
Yes. All right. Now, do you want to do the zip up or shall I? No, I'll do it. Right. Mind you. Yeah. Mind out now.
I'm totally backwards in my suit.
No, you're not. Mm.
Okay, are we good?
Usually when they stop abruptly like that,
Yep,
they
he's
are done for a
He's good.
moment.
Yep, he's good. Right, just strap your
I
But
open up
it
a
could
text.
start up any moment again. You just never know.
I open up a
How
text
do you guys
document.
get things done?
They mostly do not, and I am just guarding them, doing nothing. So little frustrating maybe, but
very much.
How did you get this detail, Private?
well, it's a long story involving my sister Odessa. She is to blame for, and I just would like, if no one's stopping me, I.
Do you need to be here? Because I could probably fly this, and Nova's good at looking after us. So
Yes, I have been keeping them safe. So.
He is a fully trained military.
You have to save your life.
I trained to be a pilot in military school.
How many years do you have to be a
True, but
pilot?
he did save my life. This is true.
Yeah, so
Well,
we can
I-
get safe, really.
I only ever did simulations, but I was really good.
I'm not sure if I'm happy about being.
Okay, then. All right. Now
Yeah.
we're going to be taking off in 30 seconds.
All right then.
Okay.
I open up a text document on one of my screens. And it just says list, and there's 3 names on there, and I just add Betty.
Betty
Bahoop.
Bahoop.
Bahoop, thank you. Cool,
No,
I've got
but-
your hit list.
Hey, Nova, do we need to have him here?
I don't know if we need him.
T minus 10.
I do know he is a little harsh. Is that how I would say it? He is
Yeah, I'd say he's an S.
Is that what
3,
you do?
2, 1. Launching.
So-
That's all.
Yeah. And there's probably just like a force field. If you look at the ship, it's in like one of these areas here. These are where the hangar bays are, right there. Those glowing areas. Those are just like a sort of shielded bays, and you guys launch out of there.
Okay.
I don't like him.
Where first to, Doc?
I understand.
Right. Well, they're bugs, so they could probably adapt to any planet. I mean, I could postulate that they could adapt any planet to themselves. How about the nearest one?
We thought that we were looking for debris in space right now. Floaty bits.
We shouldn't go to a planet. I don't think we're equipped for a landing party, or I don't think we have clearance.
Well, we didn't make a
do
box
that.
big enough to get one of those giant ones.
Yeah,
I
but
assume that's
maybe
true work.
yeah, maybe one of those got blown up and the little one fell out.
I need a whole specimen, preferably one that's still alive. Maybe even 2. If I could breed them, maybe I could even
Oh, I do think that's a good idea.
change them.
One of the problems I think with getting a live one is that don't they eat the ship?
We think if we were thinking
No,
about
no,
going and
no.
landing on a planet, we maybe should have brought some more, armed people with us rather than just me with my gun and,
The ones that eat the planet, the particularly acidic ones, are somehow able to survive in space. But the smaller ones that came out of the mouth obviously can't survive in space. And that's why
you
they
don't know that.
If we go to a planet, we'll be out of range of the ship, and then we won't have protection from the fighters and the ship's guns, and that means one of the big ones will just come and eat us.
We have a marine.
That is a very good point.
Right,
Simon
what's she
makes.
gonna do? Use harsh language at him from out hang out the freaking airlock with her gun?
Without any backup, we would be quite vulnerable.
How far of a radius do we have in the hopper?
So each one of these hexes is a parsec.
Okay.
So you guys are pretty much only limited by your power. The shuttles that you have are they have FTL on them, and I'm gonna say that this is probably sorry. Let me pull up the FTL chart. It's faster than the Black Fang, which you guys had before.
Thank fuck.
We've got a shuttle that is faster than the best ship we could afford.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the shuttle's worth way more than the Black Fang was.
Don't you diss the Black Fang? It had a fantastic kitchen.
So this is, I'd say it's FTL 7. So you could, if there was a proper engineer aboard that had certain abilities to speed up FTL drives, then they would be able to help you here. But it's FTL 7, so you guys can go it's 3.5 days per parsec. And in terms of fuel that you have aboard, you basically go through one like pod of fuel, and it's like antimatter fuel. That it's probably like one pod per parsec, and you guys have, we'll say 5 pods.
So okay, so I'd say that we can go about to so those are quadrants on the map, right? Like 43.47 and 4.344. Here's what we have access to right now. We have coordinates 4.47, 43.47, 41.48, and 40.47. We only can go to one of those, and then we'll have enough fuel to get back.
I don't think we brought enough food.
We have replicators.
Yeah, there's a
Simon.
replicator aboard the shuttle for sure.
Sam knows that. He's just like, I don't want to go.
I don't think that's what the commander wanted us to do. I think she wanted us to get some dead bugs from outside and look.
Oh, that's what I remember him saying.
How are the ship's sensors?
They're decent. I mean, the ship that you guys, I mean, the Arcadia in general, is meant to be like a a colony ship plus sort of be established as a research station, right? So like they have pretty good sensors aboard there. The Arcadia is not fast by any means, but it's got like good sensors, and it's got a lot of people aboard it.
Are any of these planets in range for the scanners that we've got?
Yes.
All of them?
I'm gonna say that in terms of scanner, it's based on whoever is doing the roll for the scanning.
It's gonna be me, isn't it? I suppose. I don't really have a scanner thing.
Well, it'd be navigation. It would be.
I mean, I want to scan the planet to see if I can figure out what kind of planet it is.
Okay.
If it can
So
sustain life, etc.
let's see what shit you have. You don't have anything that you can really add to help you. It'd be a straight up logic check.
Okay.
You need like I would say either navigation or astrophysics or something along those lines to assist you with it.
I'm gonna scan this nearest one to us, then that kind of peach-colored one.
Well, okay, that'll work.
Let me scan that then. That's 4. 16.
Okay. So that's an orange dwarf starred planet. You can orange dwarf star system, I should say. There are we'll say 5 exoplanets in the system, and one of them is terrestrial. You're muted.
How many can I scan? Because I'd like to scan a couple.
I'm going to say with a 16, I'm going to say you've got a max of I'm going to say I'm gonna say 10 hexes.
Well, I don't want to go too far from the ship because they're all complaining about that.
You will run into interference with the nebulas, though, which are the purple areas.
Okay, I would like to scan these in the nearest vicinity then.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so in that facility, what do you in that area? What are you looking for when you're doing?
I'm trying to find a system that's got more than one possibly habitable planet, because that gives us more of a chance.
Okay, so none of the systems have more than one habitable planet, but there are a total of 2 habitable planets in those 4 systems.
Right. So which ones would that be?
So the one that you first scanned, so that one, let's circle it for you. That one, and the white starred planet here.
Okay. I'm gonna send the information to the con at the front.
Either of these would be a good place to start, I feel.
Felan guy, do you know much about gorillas?
You mean the gorilloids?
Oh, okay, he knows about those. It would probably be bad if they saw one of our ships leaving, because they don't really trust us yet, I think.
What do I know about the gorilloids? They're whack.
Yeah, I mean, just what you got in the debriefing, which was not a lot.
They're underdeveloped.
You basically, the only piece of information was that they seemed gorilla-like, and he asked if your CO basically asked if there was if you knew about like the Earth gorillas, and they're similar. They seem similar to that. You didn't really get any real information on them.
Okay.
Why would anyone want to stop scientific research?
I mean, so okay. What do I know which planet they're from? Like where, or was it a ship getting attacked? Yeah.
Well, you guys are in empty space right now, and you don't really know anything about the gorilloids.
I mean, I don't know much about them other than that their resemblance to the Earth's gorillas, and I really don't know much about them either.
Yeah, but it's probably really bad for first contact if they see us leaving and going elsewhere, in case they think we're trying to get help to take them down, or tell their enemies or something that would make them angry. And yeah.
Does this ship have shields of any kind?
This ship? Yeah.
Perhaps I could phase modulate them to disperse sensors a little bit.
What?
Well, they wouldn't be able to tell that we're a ship.
Right.
Their senses would be a little confused if they are.
Our job, right? Look, our job is to go out and get some bug bits and poke them with like...
Betty, your job is to listen to me.
I think I'm gonna...
You're talking shite.
I think I'm gonna put Dick on my people I don't like list now.
Look, we can't be scared in the face of science. We are explorers. We are finding information amongst the stars. Information that could be invaluable. Invaluable.
It's my medical opinion that Dick isn't fit to make that decision.
Are you a doctor?
I'm a medic.
Right.
So
it's my opinion as somebody who is a complete idiot. This is a complete idiot decision.
Okay, look, everyone, we need to make a decision. So, my recommendation is we probably shouldn't go planet side because.
Right, I reckon we should go planet side. We should take some large people with big arse guns.
If you were out, if you were out here shooting bugs, Felan guy, maybe just take us to where you killed a lot of them, and we can get pieces.
I'm gonna comms the ship.
Okay.
Ooh, he's going over our heads.
Who are you trying to reach?
He's going over
I've
our
forgotten
helmets.
her name, the one that gave me this mission.
The commander,
Val'est.
Commander Val'est.
Yeah, can I? She probably.
Do I have to put her
doesn't
through, or
No, you guys are probably still in range.
okay?
Okay, so you're commsing Commander Val'est. And I feel like, and again, I've said this before, but generally, like, the senior officers, like, will turn on, like, voicemail for all intents and purposes for, like, their comms unless it's, like, super important.
I
like,
figure
priority.
she might allow my call throughs.
Yeah, so, like,
the mission we're on.
absolutely. So, like, you comms, you say, Commander Val'est, and you probably get a comms back. This is Commander Val'est.
Yes, Commander. Hello. Dr. Dick Icarus. I feel our best chance of finding the information we need would be to go planet side. Is this a problem?
Planet side.
Yes.
I asked you. One moment.
I think he's gone senile.
I see, Simon was correct. Oh, we do not need to do this with the
Right, I bloody
planets.
told you.
Like a few
I'm a mad scientist.
seconds later, you hear like a click over. Doctor, I told you that it was required of you to gather some samples. I said nothing about going planet side.
Yes, well, the only samples we could find out in space would be the creatures we have already come in contact with. That is not enough information for me to correctly postulate how they work and how they could not work.
Doctor, we've already seen that these creatures can seemingly survive in space. At least some of them. Perhaps,
Only one of them, as far as we know.
and perhaps there are some that are intact. Your job is not to go down to any planets. It is most important that you do not do this. We have just made first contact with an alien race that very probably is nearby. Their planets, I would assume, are close to this location. It is imperative that you do not land on a planet. It is in fact imperative that you do as I asked, and that you stick to keeping close to the ship and keeping quiet. Is that understood?
Yes, perfectly.
Excellent. Commander Val'est out.
Helmsman set a course for planet 477B.
If I just heard
There's no way you hear that conversation. Or her side.
Oh
I
no,
was humming.
it wasn't over.
I mean, I feel like it was over the comms. Go ahead and give me a... I guess everybody can give me a perception check.
I was talking to someone on the phone. There's no way they could hear the other side.
Well,
of
it's
that.
not a phone. It's a comm badge. It's just like in Star Trek.
I know. I do this.
I mean, if
every
they can
time.
hear that, there's no way I'm gonna lie.
So it's under your movement.
No, there's literally no. But
There-
if she was talking through a comm badge that everyone can hear, there's no way that
Well,
I
I'm
would
going to
lie.
see if everybody can hear it. Okay. So the 3d6 was the start. Simon's roll was the start. Okay. So Nova heard it. Nobody else heard it.
But it was literally coming out of my comm badge.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
Right, we should probably try and get some of the samples from around the ship and then move on to more important work.
Right, so we're not like Commander Val'est as stated. We are not going to any planet. She made it very clear this was not okay. It's against direct orders. I do not want to be kicked off of this ship. It's a first real job I has.
Also, if you got kicked off, where would you go? We're in the middle of nowhere.
Very good
Really?
point.
Yeah,
We
no.
would be up
Oh,
Sheet
lost.
Creek.
In
And
space.
none of you guys seem fit to be on a landing party. There's a man in a wheelchair.
I'm
Oh, it's all right. We can hang the shopping on him.
I can be pretty handy.
Yes, but
You don't
I
know
mean-
me.
that's true. But
In fairness, He makes people.
That's no. I made no reference to you. Are you in a wheelchair? A landing party is usually someone, more on a better physical physique status.
So I think
There is
Nova's
no
not really
problem
sure.
that the mind cannot solve.
I'm not really sure if everyone else heard that, but the conversation. But I would say I heard Val'est very clearly. She said, "Do not go to the planet." I will not go.
I didn't
will
say go
not-
to the planet. I said we'll pick up the samples when we're on the ship.
Yeah.
That was retconned. I didn't realize I was just having a conversation with people around me.
Well, she said yes.
Absolutely not. Oh no. No, just no.
She said yes.
Okay, then as they're talking, I'm piloting to the most intact corpses I can
Who's
find.
running the scanners? Is it Dr. Icarus? Okay.
I'll
All right.
have
So
to
give me a scan of the
Can I use
surrounding.
my computers at all?
No, this is not going to be a computer's check. I want you guys to specifically, if you guys are doing a lot of scanning, I want you to get a specific skill for it. But let's have you do that check after we come back from this break. Let's take our final break of the evening. We'll be right back, everybody, in 5 minutes. Stay tuned for some more Turnover Warped, Season 2, Episode 5. Back in just a little bit.